Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the show. We've got our boys Min and Dean, and I'm back from the illness, so that's fun.
Your pink eye's all gone.
Pink eye is gone, and no more poop. We had our first repeat guest today, Scott.
Damn right.
Yeah, it was cool to have Scott back in. It just kind of, we didn't have to go through all the awkward beginnings again, but we started again because it was the first time we had our lightning round with him, so I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah. So Scott's back, and it's almost like we just picked off from the same conversation we had the first time. So
that's a great point. Again, it's just it just continued and flowed, and we hit so many different topics, but that's why he came back on, because he can hit so many different topics.
Yeah, he's just super open and willing to talk about really anything that comes up. So check it out.
Welcome to the Quality Under Pressure podcast. My name is Min, and we are a full team again today. Welcome back, Dawson.
We are back. We are back.
And not only that, but we have our first repeat guest today, Mr. Scott. Welcome back to the studio.
Recurring guest.
How you doing, dude?
I'm going with the flow.
Yeah.
I'm on a nice wave right now. And,
Are you less hungover today?
I'm not hungover today, which is a beautiful thing.
So
it's a win.
Yeah, your episode was great, but now we have a not hungover Scott, and so I'm pretty excited to see what comes of this. But yeah, how does it feel to be the first comeback guest?
I'm honored.
Yep.
I kind of pushed my way into it, though.
That's true.
You guys said I'd be back around episode 15. Well, it's 16.
No, I texted Min. I was like,
what did we actually say? What number did we pick?
it's 14, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was 14. And, well, it was kind of a vague invite when we had done it the first time. Like, yeah, how about a couple weeks,
Because you were like our second guest ever, so.
Yeah, but episode 4. Because you guys probably did
we did
a couple runs
just with us, like pilot episodes. So it was like, at that point, the show kind of hadn't formed like some of the stuff that we do yet. So thank you for helping us build the show. But also, like, at that time, it felt like episode 14 was like 8 months away for some reason.
Yeah.
And so we've been pretty consistent. I think we've gone above and beyond what I thought we were gonna do. So like episode 14 seemed like so far away. But now it's already episode 14. You're back. 16, and you're back.
Yeah.
And also we put like a thing on ourselves where we couldn't talk about Trump until episode 15. And now it's episode 16.
Oh, okay.
So we literally can talk about anything, which is also like the perfect like platform to have a conversation with you with.
Yeah.
Because you're a pretty versatile dude. Cultured.
Absolutely.
More cultured than Dawson even.
Yeah, right. You said I was the most cultured person in the room.
I said you're the most cultured. Oh? Well, we can listen back.
Yeah. Check the tapes.
Now we don't have to fight about it.
That's right. No, it's evidence.
Because our conversations are recorded, so we don't even have to like fight about it. We got to dig through hours of audio, but
yeah, no, you can do that. You can fact check us.
Yeah. So how's the podcast doing though? Have you guys looked into the numbers? Is it growing?
Yeah, it's definitely growing from when you were first on. It's not. There's nothing we can monetize. It's like what, like on average, like we get about 80 listeners. Some of the bigger episodes have gone above 100. But it's cool. Like I just thought like 15 of our friends were gonna listen, so it's kind of fun that way.
Yeah, I was driving and listening to Cities 97, and I heard you plug the podcast over the waves. And I'm like, dang, they are big time right now.
Yeah. I remember seeing the first time I saw a tweet come up from Cities 97. I'm like, wait a second, that's us. Then I'm kind of like, wait, it probably was just men.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fed it.
Yeah.
I was like, this is what we're doing.
The invisible hand of Cities 97.
Are we still pretty big in Sweden?
Dude, yeah, I don't know. Early on, when we had like 10 listeners, we had like 2 from Sweden. So it's like, what? 20% of our listeners are from Sweden?
Classic.
Yeah. So this is another thing that we didn't do with you. We started a speed round because it felt like it was a very quick and more entertaining way to introduce the guests. So don't think too deeply about it, but Dawson is going to hit you with some speed questions. Have you heard this new song yet?
Yeah, I heard it because I heard you guys ripping on me. With
you bitching?
With Sean from Cedar.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a second.
From Seether?
But I didn't actually, I was just saying it just keep going the whole time. I didn't say the song was bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So go check that tape.
Shit.
Hit that. Let's go. Don't like this already.
You don't? Yeah,
no, that's fine. It's cool. Just keep it. All right, Scott. Uglo, you're back. We've got some lightning round questions for you.
Hit me.
All right, man. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Good answer. Good answer. What is your favorite food?
Pho.
Oh, pho.
Whoa.
Somebody else said that before too.
I think so.
Steve.
Steve.
Can't,
Yeah.
Steve said that.
Steve,
yeah.
he'll be back soon. Who was your high school celebrity crush?
And I know this is supposed to be lightning. Rob Thomas.
Excellent choice. Does the word moist bother you?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it because it annoys other people.
Exactly. That doesn't
Especially
bother me.
girls. Yeah, it's a good cootie medicine.
Yeah,
It's good,
especially when they're moist.
it's a good, great weapon.
What is one place you would love to visit?
Southeast Asia, Bangkok, Thailand.
Hot dogs or hamburgers?
Hamburgers.
Good
Yes.
answer.
Easy.
Yeah, right?
Is that a question?
It is.
Yes.
We've had some interesting answers there. What is your favorite movie?
I love the Big Lebowski.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Being omnipresent.
Wow.
I don't even know what that means.
Being everywhere at once.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
kind of annoying though, Dr. Manhattan.
Is that OP?
A little bit.
Well,
You can't do anything.
You're everywhere though.
You're just everywhere.
You're not all knowing, but you're in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can hear
We talk about this.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you prefer a blonde or a brunette?
Brunette.
Nice. What's your favorite podcast?
Pardon my take. Barstool Sports.
PMT.
Sorry. Yeah, PMT.
Yabo.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Is Benedict Cumberbatch, is he handsome?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
More attractive than Rob Thomas.
He wasn't around in high school, so
Okay. What's your favorite band or musician?
favorite band or musician.
Rob Thomas.
Matchbox 20.
yeah,
Matchbox
it's
20.
gotta be.
Matchbox 20. You know what? I'm gonna say. Sorry, I know this is lightning, but
Don't worry about
that's a heavy question for
Yeah.
a lightning round. I
Yeah.
should really be lickety split like this. Alt J is my
Nice,
favorite
dude.
band.
Oh, nice. What makes you blush?
I don't know, just talking about my love life. I know that's a vanilla answer, but
No, it's all good.
Me too, dude.
Are you afraid of public restrooms?
absolutely not.
Nice.
No, yeah, it's when the duty calls.
Yeah. I know that. I know.
Right.
That's why I'm running a little late today.
Yep.
I know people
Um,
that will not do it though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. For
Yeah.
sure. For
Mhm.
sure. I got a guy I work with who goes home.
Yeah.
Hot or cold?
Cold
Okay. What's your favorite sport?
football.
Football.
You legit gonna do all the questions?
I mean, I
Let's
didn't.
go.
I didn't know I
Nice.
wasn't supposed to. Last one.
Nice.
If aliens came to Earth, what would they look like and what would they say?
They would look like us. They'd be our size. And they would say we're here to help.
Damn right, though.
We're
Yeah.
gonna fix you.
Yeah,
Cool,
we're gonna fix
cool,
you.
cool.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Cue the Coldplay.
There we go. That's it. That's it. That we made it through that 20-minute lightning round.
Yeah, geez, that's the longest lightning round ever.
But it was like the most efficient lightning round ever. Usually during lightning rounds,
Yeah.
I like hop in and I'm like, oh, you like pho? Oh, let's talk about pho. So
Yeah.
like now I'm trying to do it where I like write it down and then follow up after the lightning round.
Yeah.
But let's talk about pho. Why is that your favorite food?
Because there's quality of the different places you bring it to, but you make it your own, right?
Sure.
They give you all the fixins and all that too. So it's like you make it as hot as you want. You make it, as much sprouts and whatever you want to put in there. It's up to you.
How spicy do you make it? Also, do you add lime?
Hot.
Do you add lime to it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do everything. I just put it all in. I'm
Dude.
one of those.
Mm.
You too, Dean?
Yeah, but I've had lunch with Scott, and I know he's an all-in kind of guy.
Right.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
spiciness is Thai hot.
Mm-hmm.
Does everyone in your family eat spicy food?
My dad does. So that's where I picked it up.
So you're like not that white.
Pretty white. Pretty white.
What's that? So I like spicy food.
No, you don't. You don't like food.
I like food. I'll eat I like spice, but I don't like the flavor of some spice.
Okay.
So that makes a lot of sense.
What's the hottest wing you get at Buffalo Wild Wings?
I'd have to look at the list. to
Peanut
see-
butter.
Come on, dude. No, I've had some like the Caribbean jerk is up there. Asian
Yeah, it
zing
is.
is up there.
Yeah, yeah.
I have to look at the list, but I go pretty high up there.
Do you like jalapenos?
I've had the what's the mango habanero one?
Mm.
I've had that before.
Yeah,
But
do you get like jalapenos on your burger or anything?
no,
like that?
no.
Okay, that does get a nice touch.
I like the pickled jalapenos,
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
the baseball nachos.
Yeah.
Like those jalapenos.
definitely.
Rob Thomas.
Yeah, I've been on a huge Rob Thomas.
I
kick.
saw like you.
Did you
posted
see my
something.
post?
I didn't see. What song is that?
One of Rob Thomas's songs?
I saw your post. And then I finished my poop, so I closed my Facebook app, so I didn't look at what you were discussing with people.
I basically came with the take that Rob Thomas is the most underappreciated artist of the 2000s.
Nice.
Because I don't know if you know this, but he's written 19 top 10 songs. 19
for other people.
Oh, him and other people and Matchbox 20.
Dude.
I mean, on top of the Smooth song, the most played song of the 2000s.
Yeah. Do you know some of the hits that he has written that we wouldn't guess was him?
You would know.
Okay.
You would know. Like you run through his Something to Be album is just hit after hit after hit. And that was made in like 2005, and I re-listened to it. I'm like, dang, Rob Thomas was good.
Did people come at you for posting that?
It was, I mean, it was kind of in jest, you know, just because of like, I don't know, I kind of, people kind of posting political stuff and like pretty heavy stuff, and I just come in with the Rob Thomas hot take, you know what I mean? And I think it was just a good diversion lure.
Yeah.
And then I also said that Moby was 30 years ahead of his time.
Moby?
Yeah. If Moby rolled out what
Yeah.
he rolled out in the late 90s, early 2000s, like tomorrow, people would be like, damn.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'll say Moby will pop up
I
in
get
my
that.
Pandora, and I'm like, this actually isn't that bad. I don't know why I shit on him so much when I was younger.
Just a long time.
Bjork is about 60 years ahead.
Yeah, we still haven't reached it yet.
We still haven't caught up with her.
Also, the lead singer of Third Eye Blind. I didn't know that he produced Vanessa Carlton's like 2 albums, and he wrote 4 songs for her.
Yeah, they used to be in a relationship.
After
really?
Charlize Theron. It's like,
Oh, really?
I want his life.
Wow.
Wait, he dated Charlize Theron and
Then-
then
Vanessa Carlton.
and then wrote A Million Miles?
He wrote like 4 houses. You know the song White House?
Maybe. If I heard it, maybe.
I'm sure you would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, that's cool. Omnipresence was another answer. of yours.
Omnipresence, yeah.
Why that one?
I think it's a unique superpower.
Yes.
You know, that's probably the first omnipresence answer you've gotten on there.
Oh yeah.
I remember just like a college drinking party, and someone said it as like their superpower, and it was just like the most hilarious thing. I'm like, I'm gonna bank that and just use it in the future. So,
But when we were saying, when you were answering the question, you can't really do anything out of the normal. Like
Right.
you're just everywhere. So you're like, oh, I'm gonna go like deal with this.
here's the question: if you're omnipresent, does it imply that you're all-knowing because you're everywhere at once?
No.
No.
Not necessarily, because you're somewhere doesn't mean you know it.
You wouldn't know
Like
the
if you're in
abstract.
China, doesn't mean you necessarily knows Mandarin.
Mhm.
Right. And you couldn't
True.
read
Sure.
minds, so you wouldn't be able to gather or like know for fact abstract ideas.
Right.
You would have to sort of piece
Observe.
it together. Yeah.
You're
So how-
still observing with one mind.
How would you use that power?
Mostly out of pleasure. Like I would just want to hear like conversations between like, I don't know, interesting people.
Okay.
So does omnipresence imply that if I needed to go to Costco, I could go there? Because it's not teleportation.
Yeah, but how are you gonna get your stuff home?
That's what I'm saying. So I was thinking like, oh, this is actually
I
like
think-
a really cool superpower because then I wouldn't have to like go places, travel to places. But is it really that practical?
It's really transcending like a human body. 'Cause
Right.
the fact that you're everywhere at once means that you don't need anything because you have it all. Right?
So it kind of like breaks down space time,
Yeah.
but doesn't
Continuum.
break down other like physical laws. It's like I'm not.
Yeah, it's kind of a dumb answer now that I think about it more.
I'm kind of.
it's like because it's like once you're omnipresent,
There's so
it's
many
like what are you
loose
gonna?
ends,
What are you gonna?
yeah.
Yeah, there's loose ends.
What are you gonna
Yeah.
do? Yeah.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Mm.
What are you even?
Yeah.
It's like
That's the question.
I could know like, hey, do you want to go get dinner? And then the reply is, oh, I'm busy. I have to babysit. And then like I could see that person. I could be there and see that person not babysitting.
No,
and, like,
you don't.
watching Netflix.
No, it's the answer to that is like it doesn't matter where I am. I will have dinner with you because I'm everywhere at once. So why'd you even ask that?
That's
You
nice,
silly human.
man. That's. I think we do have to tie some loose ends to that.
Yeah.
Because like
That's
if
crazy.
you want to have dinner with that person, where are you? Are you actually eating?
I'm again, like I don't
Or
have a human
Do you
form.
even need to eat? Yeah.
Yeah, because are you
No.
just there in spirit and you like
yeah,
know
it's a spirit thing.
and you register everything that's happening there, but you're like you have a physical body elsewhere that
no,
needs to
the
eat.
physical body has eviscerated.
Oh.
It's pure spirit.
Okay.
You can hear me and
Yeah.
Okay.
telepathy.
So, is your
Telepathy.
new answer?
No, it's just like that's how we would communicate, like instantaneous, like telepathy. Like I wouldn't talk to you, and you wouldn't even ask me questions. We would just know.
It's entirely possible that that's the next step of technology.
Once we go Johnny
It's
Depp.
entirely possible.
Once we go Elon Musk and Johnny Depp.
Elon Musk has a side company. It's called Neuralink, and he's trying to create a brain-machine interface.
Yeah.
And the end game there is to have, instantaneous communication without, any kind of talking or just thoughts.
That'd be nice.
It would just be, brain machine interfaces talking to each other and just understanding and just knowing.
Just think if you could send like emojis
yeah.
to each other. 'Cause I don't speak your language, but you know what eggplant means.
What does it mean?
You like eggplants?
Eggplant and then the 3 water drops.
Yeah.
Do you
And
know
then,
what-
like the tears come down the
Do
face?
you know what this world needs though?
Huh.
If we're talking emojis, I think there needs to be a knee slap emoji.
Nice, dude.
Because on text, it's like sarcasm's really tough to pick up, right? The
Yep.
tone.
Mm-hmm.
But if you had just a nice,
Yep.
gotcha,
That's nice.
Mm.
That'd be kind of hard to. Somebody could do it. Somebody
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
has the
Oh, yeah,
graphic
you could
design
do it.
skills to
Yeah,
get that
yeah.
across with just one like stagnant image.
Yeah.
So I'm all about the gifs.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
GIFs.
The
Thank
GIFs?
you for.
The GIFs.
Nah, I don't like
No, no, no.
GIFs.
It's
I'm
GIFs, though.
anti-GIF. No.
It's GIFs,
Where's
though.
the
Not
J?
GIFs.
Where's the J in GIF?
The dude
Where-
that made it said it was Jim.
Oh.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean.
So like you think
GIF is a peanut butter.
There's
So-
same
so-
letters, different way to pronounce it.
Mm-hmm.
GIF. G.
but you don't think the origin has any influence on what the word is?
No.
So if somebody called, you know how some people spell Sean S-E-A-N?
Mm.
What if somebody called you Don?
I mean, if enough people called me Don, I'd be like, shit, I guess I'm Don.
All right.
Yeah.
At least you're consistent.
That's just the general problem with the American language. English language?
American language.
American.
Oh.
language.
Oh, man.
I think the president is getting to you.
I think he is. I think I'm becoming dumber because of this shit. I never said that. I never said that.
You didn't say that in episode
Nope.
1 through 15, so
Nope. I never said that. So
he can't come after you.
don't look it up.
Yep. Okay, fine. As long as you guys are consistent,
Yeah.
like if other people can alter, if the origin doesn't have that much influence, cool.
You can call it GIF if you want.
You get it.
Yeah, you're gonna be wrong
Yeah, and
in my
not,
mind.
not liked.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can you can do it.
You
I
can
don't
do
know.
it.
The dude that made it said it was GIF, so I was just like, I
He
gotta
probably did
honor
it 'cause
that.
He's a troll.
I gotta honor that.
He's a troll.
I mean, that happens with language all the time, though.
Sure.
Where it starts out as one thing and then it just evolves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
All right, that's fine. Whatever. I'll call it GIF. Alt J was another answer of yours.
Dude, an
What are you, Elon
awesome
Musk?
an awesome wave like that album is like my Treasure Island answer. Like I don't think I could get sick of that album. Like there's flow to it, there's interludes.
Yep.
It's just a full complete product.
You know you introduced Alt J to me, right?
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I
That was
told you,
so
I was like,
clutch.
man.
One of my favorite nights, like hanging out with you, was we went out. I forget who. I think it was Bo. Bo might have been our driver that night. And he was like, "Oh, you could play whatever you want through your phone." And I was like, "Oh, like I know Bo knows Alt J. My man Scott's in the car. He introduced me to Alt J.
And the rounds on I think it was Breeze Blocks.
Yes,
And we were
dude.
just going, man. We were in it.
Oh,
The
dude.
drums. We were all air drumming in the car and like
Yep. It was just like 3 minutes of just like 3 bros just rocking
Right.
out in a van.
Oh, that's great. It's
Have you
Wayne's
seen
World.
them live?
Nope.
I saw them at Austin City Limits
Yeah.
when I lived in San Antonio.
Yeah.
And I was a little disappointed with their stage presence. Just kind of static, like non-movement. Didn't really interact with the crowd much. And it was with their second album, so they were playing some of the older stuff and some of the newer stuff. And
Some people
not too
like
impressed.
that because there was a show where Weezer kind of did the same thing, and there was some like politics happening, so I knew about both sides. And they went on stage and did the same thing where they didn't really move around the stage; they just all sat there, just got through their songs, and like as people were leaving, they're like, "That was great! That was like an awesome set," and I was like, "Really?"
Yeah.
Like it looked kind of dead to me.
After I saw Wiz Khalifa though, and that guy can move a crowd.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. And that's the crazy thing is he's not playing instruments. Like he's just singing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But like just the beats and just like
The
he got-
energy.
the
right?
energy
Yeah.
was so high and elevated. And yeah, and to be honest, even though I like the music from Alt J better than Wiz Khalifa, Wiz Khalifa's show was exponentially better.
Cool.
Live, yeah.
Last speed round question I want to follow up on is public bathrooms. How are you so not afraid of public restrooms?
I guess I'm not really a germaphobe.
Yeah.
And I've gone down this rabbit hole with some closer friends of mine and like talking about closing the seat afterwards and like toilet plume,
Yeah.
you know, and like,
Yeah.
and what started the debate was you know, is it really that unclean to wash your hands, and you know, like, do you cheat the hand washing? And we were just talking about it and like pulling out facts, and I don't know, I just have friends that are just like, yeah, I will not use a public restroom anywhere, like especially in like an airport or anything, because they're just so worried about what other people bring.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there's so many things you can't do or touch if you're going to be that afraid of germs.
I know.
Yep.
Isn't it too, like, I mean, you really can't get something from a toilet seat unless somebody's got, like, you got a cut on your ass and you sit on like blood that just sat there. Like, you're not going to get, I don't think you can catch it, right?
Right. I don't know. It's just like there's bacteria everywhere. You're never actually going to get away from bacteria.
Right.
It's like you just have to manage it, but like just to like, I don't know, close off parts of your life.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the way to go.
No,
That's
not at all.
paranoia.
Yeah, it's tough. Because, like, I think the older I get, the more I am, like, germophobic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it as much as I get sick more because I've got a wife who's a teacher.
Sure.
I've got a kid who goes to daycare. So it's like, and I work with people around me that are, dude, I was in the,
Ooh,
so
careful.
here's a public restroom story for you. I was in the bathroom the other day and the guy in the stall next to me just blew up the toilet.
Yep.
Got up, didn't flush,
Yep.
didn't wash his hands, just rolled right out.
Nice.
What?
And I'm like, and I was like, what the hell? It was a hit and run for sure. Because then somebody else walked in like, oh, I'm not going in there. I'm like, it was not me. But that is so bad. Like, come on, dude, just try to flush it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
dude.
It's
So-
respect for others. It really
Seriously.
Stuff that's really
Yeah.
And that's not
frustrating.
even being germophobic. That's just like,
that's disgusting.
that's just
common
courtesy.
Yeah,
decency. Yeah.
If you don't-
Yeah.
if you don't
Mhm.
at least try a courtesy flush,
Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah, dude.
didn't even try nothing.
I've been noticing people like that use straws or like drink out of a can where like they'll sip it or like suck it out of a straw and then they'll like take a napkin and wipe whatever they're drinking out
You
of.
should do that before you use the can because the cans are filthy.
I believe that.
Mhm.
But-
so bad.
Mhm.
But also like if you're drinking it, like our mouth has bacteria in it and like that
Right.
bacteria is supposed to be there. Aren't you introducing bacteria outside of your mouth that's on the napkin
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
product that you're
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's not in your head. You might think like, "Oh, napkins are clean. I'm cleaning something off." But I actually think you're introducing outside bacteria to whatever you're drinking.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
So I was like, I don't know.
I think it's almost a placebo. The fact that
Yeah.
just the motion that they are cleaning the lip,
yes.
Yeah.
you know, but
But yeah, you definitely should rinse the top of your cans because people they step on top of cans. There's
Yeah.
rat shit on top of there's so many bad things on top of your can.
Yeah.
You should probably clean it off before you
right.
put your mouth on it.
Deal.
I'm kind of a proponent of the germ theory, where building up the immune system.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
like
Oh, for sure.
I want to get a nice strong A team for when
Mhm.
the major league bacteria
Exactly.
comes to town. I
Yeah.
want to put up a fight.
Yep.
I was
But-
thinking about that too because like I've been sick for 3 weeks and I'm like, dude, I don't even know what got me with this virus, but I just kind of you realize how like insignificant, like how your body can just completely take you out, and it's just who knows, could something would sweep through and kill half the population.
Yeah, dude.
Like I just had no control. It just came out of nowhere, and I'm just like half dead for 2 weeks. And it was just a series of like thing after thing after thing after thing. I'm like, I didn't prep for this.
Yeah. What all did you? He had like pus coming out of your eyeballs too, right?
Well, yeah. So I mean, it started as like I had a sore throat, and that turned into just for 2 days, just wiped out, and didn't want to move off my couch. That turned into another sore throat. That turned into a sinus infection. The sinus infection turned into a form of pink eye. Then that turned into a sore throat again, and it's just, and I'm still dealing with that little bit of a sore throat. It's just like
Yeah.
for nothing, and it's not contagious. Nobody got it around me. It affected me and me only, and that sucked.
Damn. Yeah, my brother got sick too this week.
Mm.
I've been having weird headaches this week. I don't know why. I had coffee one afternoon and I thought and I got a headache few hours after that. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll sleep it off tonight. Tomorrow morning I should be fine. It's kind of lingered though. I don't know.
I got sick over New Year's Eve.
You did?
And yeah, pretty bad cold. And the entire time I was like, damn it, when did I not wash my hands? Like
Yeah,
I
so
was
that's
like
what you thought,
guilty.
yeah.
I was like, I
Yeah.
know I'm a dirty person. And I'm like,
so dirty.
when did I not wash my hands? When did I do this to myself? You
Oh
know?
man. What's your topic of the day, dude?
We're talking cards and board games. So card
Nice.
games and board games, yeah. So
What's a board game that you've been playing lately?
I actually just got done playing cribbage yesterday. Do
Okay.
you know what cribbage is?
Like,
So I was listen to this. I was on a date. The first date was a cribbage date. And I was like,
Sweet.
this is legit. And then I was talking to her. And I was like, what does the rest of the weekend look for you? And she answers. And then she asked me what I'm doing. I'm like, oh, I'm going on a podcast tomorrow. And thinking that's super interesting. She's like, oh, I'm into podcasts. Which one? I pulled it up and I was like, that's my episode right there. She's like, racist ice cream truck.
oh no.
And I had to
Oh,
back
no.
myself
Oh,
out of
no.
that corner. So I was showing off that I was going on a podcast. And then I'm like, she's like, okay, I'll listen to it. I'll make sure to listen to it. And I'm walking out of the day and I'm like, what did we talk about again on the day? So I played it and it was the first 20 minutes we're talking about video games. And I'm like, no.
Well, she can't hold that against
I
you.
know, but I was making some pretty crazy comments oh yeah, video games are definitely a priority in my life right now. I was just I'm such a fool.
Did she hit you up afterwards? Have you talked to her since the
Yeah,
date?
so we actually set up a second date. So
Did
it
she
went well.
subscribe
It
to the
went well.
podcast?
I pulled it up for her, so
Okay.
I'm
Nice.
hoping she
Please,
will.
please follow up.
Yeah, but
Hope she leaves a 5-star review.
Yeah.
That's right.
We finally have 5.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
no, I
Oh,
got
we
you
do?
another
We
list.
already-
Yeah, I
yeah.
peddled your podcast on a first date, so
Dude,
you know,
yeah.
there's
Mad
some,
props,
I get
dude.
some props for that. Yeah.
And you bring in beers for us too?
some beers for the boys.
Dude,
Yeah.
You guys
Can we do a quick review of this beer?
Yeah, you guys had some already?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One drink, everyone knows the rules.
got-
Copy
Oh,
it
man.
from
Nice.
I
Portnoy.
gotta
Nice.
clean off the lip.
that's right.
Otherwise I'm gonna get rat.
We are
rat
drinking Victoria's Gold Cream Ale today. It's leftover beer from the welcome party last night.
From Enki Brewing
Yeah.
in Victoria, Minnesota.
I can dig it.
It's gold. So my understanding is it's a sweet beer for
Yeah.
sure, but it's not the fruity sweet. It's
Yeah.
that cream sweet. It's that
I really
kind
like
of
it.
heavier stuff.
Yeah,
but-
that savory sweet.
yeah, that savory sweet.
Mm.
I like it a lot.
I like it too.
yeah.
But
What's the alcohol
Enki-
content on it?
I
I feel like
It's on the bottom.
because it tastes so good, am
Fi-
I gonna get drunk?
5%.
Okay.
No.
So I'm not gonna get drunk.
You shouldn't
No.
from one
Yeah.
beer.
it's just like a golden blonde.
But board games,
Yeah,
that's really cool. Do you play
So-
often?
Yeah, it's really cool.
yeah.
Is-
I do.
You're a nerd.
I do, and it's I have a group of people that we play with, and it's funny because this girl on her Hinge profile, she was like, "Oh yeah, let's play cribbage," and the entire weekend I'm asking people, so I'm like, should I show her mercy and let her win?
Never show
Or-
mercy.
and sure enough, she just kicks my ass.
Nice.
Twice. So I took 2 L's in cribbage. Yeah,
Dude.
So I didn't even have to worry about whether I should let her win. She just beat me anyways.
What was the setting of this date?
W.A. Frost in
Okay.
St. Paul.
Is
Have you
it-
ever been there?
No, it's like a place where you could play board games.
It's just kind of like a bar, restaurant, coffee joint in St. Paul.
Cool.
Super cool feel on the inside. The
Yeah.
interior design is gorgeous. And
You've explored St. Paul more than us
Yeah.
too.
oh, I
You
lived
live
there for
Yeah.
Lower Town.
Yeah. What are some other
Okay.
board games that you've played? Because I was playing one on Friday night. I don't remember what it's called, but it was cool. But then somebody else that was playing it was they wanted to buy it, and we looked it up, and it's $120. I was like,
Wow.
I'm not getting that, dude.
Yeah, some of those games are they're $50-$60 and they're one-time use.
Yes,
I've heard a lot of people talk about Epidemic.
the
Epidemic.
expansion for Pandemic.
Pandemic.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that game was supposed to be awesome, but
I really like those co-op games that you play with each other instead
Yeah.
of trying to beat each other. It's you're all kind of trying to accomplish a goal.
Yeah.
There's
I won't lie. I'm not I don't like a lot of board games.
yeah.
So I just think the name kind of says they're boring.
Oh, got him.
But I haven't done I'm used to the family ones. I haven't played any of the multiplayer ones. That might be
Yeah.
So sick.
Oh, so you don't like
So-
Sorry and
Yeah,
Monopoly.
Sit around a table for 6
No,
hours.
yeah, that's antiquated.
Right,
The
those are the
stuff
old,
that
yeah.
are
The new ones I haven't tried any of the new ones.
This is not stimulating.
no.
No.
So,
Roll of dice.
have you heard of a game called Mysterium?
Nope.
This game I've been playing with my buddy, and the idea is kind of like Clue, where there's kind of like a murder mystery aspect to it. Each player though has their own murder mystery, and then a player plays as like the ghost, right? They can't talk, and they have vision cards that are these like beautifully drawn, like ambiguous clue cards. It looks like they're made with like LSD. Someone was on
Ooh.
LSD and like made these like clue cards, and
It's entirely possible.
and it's like trying to, and you gotta understand how people think, right? Like it's like, okay, does Scott like, does he think with like numbers? Does he think through like colors or like emotions, or like is he kind of a shape guy and like trying to like feed clues like that? So it's really kind of a mental game like
What's
that.
the end game?
The end game is okay. You're racing the clock to like figure out your character, the weapon, the motive, and the event, right? And if you progress through all of that, you have to carry everyone else through. And it's cool because if I think Dean's wrong, I can like vote against his like thing, but and then that like moves me up in a progression for the final end game,
Yeah.
which is all of our events, all of our characters, all of the weapons get mixed. The ghost draws them at random, and then we have to collectively, as a group,
Yeah.
try to figure out the final murder.
Oh, cool.
And then it's a voting system.
Oh, cool.
And you can only vote based on how you voted throughout the game before. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Do you guys know the game Mafia? Like, not it
Yeah.
doesn't have
Yeah.
to be a board game, but like it's like Mafia or like I don't know. There's so many games like that now, or like Werewolf. That's kind of like the same
have you
premise.
played Secret Hitler?
That's also the same premise.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm getting sick of those kind of games because when you're in the discussion phase, so much of it is arbitrary or like like when I'm playing those games with people, they're like, I'm like, why do you think it's that person? They're just like, oh, I don't like them. And it's just like,
Right.
is that really going to help us figure anything out? And so like, I don't know. I'm getting kind of turned off. There's so many iterations of that type of game now. And so I'm beginning to get turned off by that. But at the same time, if a game becomes too rigid, it's just like linear. Like I have to do this
Yeah.
because it's the most reasonable and like logical play. I don't want a game to become like that either. But I'm getting kind of sick of like these social guessing games.
Give me the social guessing game over rolling the dice risk.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Have you heard of a game called Betrayal at House on the Hill?
Yep.
I've heard it's awesome.
I played
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, it's really fun. The game you were describing kind of reminded me of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a board game called Tokaido. It another beautifully
Oh,
like
we played it.
illustrated game, and the
Yeah, yeah.
objective of the game is to have the best
Yeah.
the best vacation in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So you get graded on like what sushi you order and
Yeah.
where you stay, and
Yeah.
I
That's
lose.
dope.
I'm out.
I hated it.
Yeah.
I hated my vacation in Japan. Yeah. Yeah, board games are super cool and like I'm glad I'm seeing more people like early adopters like pitch into like Kickstarters and like they get the game. You get like the ugly version of the game and then like people buy the expansion later and it just like looks like a completely different game just because like they had no graphic designer for the first iteration and
yeah.
it's really cool to see board games grow.
I mean, and just classic card games too.
Yeah.
We were playing euchre a lot out. I just got back from Tahoe skiing out.
Oh, that's
there.
right. I saw your Instagram.
So
I mean, I saw a thing like 2 years ago. I think it was board games are like a $2 billion industry, and I forget how much electronic video games are, like 14.
It's got to be Fortnite made $2.4 billion last year.
on its own.
oh my god,
Free to play.
And then like Red Dead Redemption made $1 billion in the first week it was out.
yeah.
So I mean,
it's
good luck.
insane, dude. How does Fortnite make that much money?
these kids want the best skins.
That's
Yeah.
The skins,
It's just-
the
yeah.
aesthetics that just
Skins
don't
all it
even
is, yeah.
matter.
Mm-hmm.
That's so stupid.
It's crazy.
I've fallen victim to that. I saw one that was cool. I'm like, yeah, I'll buy that. Oh, it's $20. Okay.
You still bought it?
Yeah.
You buy $20 skin?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
insane,
hope.
dude.
I mean, this is like
Mhm.
financially, it's good for me because I can just leverage it because I don't care about any of that stuff. So it's like, oh, this is how we're going to make money. Basically, other people are subsidizing me to play that game for free.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
For
exactly.
sure.
I'm cool with it.
Mhm, mhm.
I'm cool with free to play.
There's one of the guys that I used to I played with, and he would buy every single one of the skins
Yeah.
constantly. So I don't know. I mean, but I think board games might be like that too, in the fact that they those ones that have those expansion packs, you can
Yeah,
keep going on. And
it's a
adding
little
to them.
different though because it changes the game in a way,
Mhm.
as opposed to games like Fortnite where it doesn't improve your.
I'm at a point
experience.
with Catan where I don't want to play the base game. I'm kind of bored of the base game,
Mhm.
but the expansions are brilliant,
Yeah.
and the expansions add a lot of like layers and complexity
Mhm.
to Catan. But like the simple base game, and I mean, it's nice to see and introduce people to
Yeah,
Catan because
right.
it's such a solid base game, but.
Mhm.
You pretty much understand where the game's going and what the end game's going to be pretty quickly.
How long does a typical Catan game take? I've never played it.
Yeah, it depends on the expansion, but
Yeah.
the base game you could probably get done in 30, 45 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
Right.
Mhm.
But I mean the expansions, Cities and Knights is nice, and Seafarers and Pirates, I believe, where you're actually like you have to traverse over land and like discover new tiles.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
And then there's like best fishermen, so you can
Mhm.
fish. You can collect. You can like trade spices. So there's like spice sacks
Yeah.
that you have to like bring to port, and yeah, it's
Wow.
I like the Seafarers and Pirates. It's a lot bigger board too,
Mm,
and yeah, those games take a little longer.
sure.
Yeah. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Catan.
Catan. We're talking Catan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Settlers of Catan.
Oh, is it Catan?
Catan.
Catan.
The cones of
GIF,
Dunshire.
GIF.
Yeah. There's a really cool getting back to the co-op, Forbidden Island and Forbidden Desert.
Yeah.
You work together to like build like a ship to like escape the Forbidden Island
Mm.
before like the big monsoon comes. And that's a really fun game.
Yeah. Do you know how much these games cost?
Yeah, I mean again $50, $60.
Okay. Nice.
Nice. I mean, it's good because you spend that much. I spend that much on video games. Right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean the replay value is there. Except for like the pandemic game that is like the highly lauded.
mhm.
That's like a seasonal thing.
yeah, I think it's one
And
and done.
you
pretty much.
rip up like the cards after you're done.
Oh, really?
You can buy.
Yeah.
I know you can buy
Really?
you can buy an iPad version of it.
The pandemic base game you can replay, but the expansion is like a Dungeons and Dragons like role playing game. I think.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because we played the base game.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, I was like, I would play that again. Yeah.
Right. And the premise of pandemic is that you're trying to stop a widespread virus-borne disease.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can buy it for $5 on the iTunes store.
Pandemic?
Yeah.
The base game?
It's just Pandemic, the board game.
Oh, that's nice.
That's what's sweet about Secret Hitler is you can like print your own
Oh, cool.
for like $15.
Some board games are like Pandemic is a really easy one. Like you just kind of like you can introduce it, people get it in like 10 minutes. There are some games that are so complicated, it takes forever to learn how to play it.
Yeah,
How do you find the balance there?
I don't play them.
Okay.
You got to
Yeah,
know
that-
you got to know the people you're sitting down with.
Yeah.
I have a group that I group of guys that I get to go together with, like dedicated board game players, and I would have no hesitation to bring like a very complex game and be like, we're learning this
Yeah.
the next time we play, because they're into like just learning new games and hearing about the next best thing. But if I'm playing with like, a new group of people, and I have my buddy and his girlfriend that I usually play with, and I don't know, just you got to know the people you're playing with, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Those kind of games kind of turn me off, though. All those complicated rule sets. Like
Oh,
sometimes you
okay,
get through a
I-
game and then you realize you played it wrong. Basically,
Yeah,
because you didn't
dude.
read the rules
Yeah.
carefully enough, and that just frustrates me.
So
Yeah.
I think a game to stay away from is the Game of Thrones board game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just too much of a time sink. It takes like 7
The
to 8
show is-
hours
Oh,
just to play
gosh.
through it, and it's just such a drag.
What video games are you playing these days? Are you still on that Red Dead?
See, it's funny because this girl's gonna listen to this podcast. So
Well, if she listened to the other
I know,
episode,
I
she
know.
knows you were playing
I
that game.
I did pick up the new Smash Brothers.
Nice, dude.
That's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. They did a good job of like striking the unique blend of like the N64 gameplay mechanics, which made that super addicting. But,
Yeah.
but kind of introducing the newer technologies and the nicer graphics, and I think it's a nice medium that they hit.
Yeah, I hope this ends up being the best one because prior to this one, there's still a big Super Smash Bros. Melee group, but that game had a bunch of little like bugs that people utilized and took
Oh,
advantage
yeah.
of. So like they don't want to leave that.
Mm-hmm.
Brawl was a mess,
Oh,
and then the what's the Wii U one? just Super Smash Bros. U or something.
I think
Something like
that's
that,
just
yeah.
what it's
Universe
called.
or something
Yeah.
like that.
Mhm.
I know the one that came out for the Wii. I remember playing it, and like after every match, I was like, I'm gonna have a seizure.
Yeah.
There's so much going on here.
Yeah, Brawl was just weird. That the Wii U one was okay, so I'm hoping this one is like the gold standard, and like everyone plays this one. And I don't know, we'll see. I'm also getting kind of over Super Smash Bros. Because I've played every one, and like it's not that different of a game. So like
Yeah.
it was cool. My brother got it, so I was like, okay, I'll play. He's still super into it, but just like like I have to try other things too.
Good for
Right.
you, man.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
me, it was all about the World of Light mode.
Yeah.
Just playing through that as a solo to unlock everything from there. That was cool, but after I unlocked everything, I haven't gone back and
Right.
so, the online is really really janky. So like, who am I going
Yeah.
to play against right now?
Right.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
So
How come Nintendo can't get online right?
I don't think they care.
Yeah.
They must not. Yeah.
But people have to pay now.
$20 a year, but their big sell is like, oh, you get the backlog collection of games we pick and tell you can
Oh.
play.
Mhm.
I don't know, and like it's done. Like, but the thing is, I can't do voice chat over my Switch.
Yeah.
I have to go through an app
Yeah.
unless you're Fortnite. Then you're just like, yeah, you have to put that in. We have to do it in the game.
Oh, nice.
So they twisted Nintendo's arm, like, okay, we'll unlock it so you can use it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, they're the only. I mean, that's how big that game is they just have the ability to
I
make
just-
Nintendo change their mind.
Have you guys played other Nintendo games online? Is it as bad as Smash Bros?
No,
No, Smash Bros is different because it's a peer-to-peer connection when
Yeah.
you're playing, so it relies heavily on who you're playing against and you're connecting yourself. Games like Mario Kart is really not as noticeable.
Oh.
There's
Do
so
they
much
run
going on.
a dedicated server?
No.
That's peer to peer too.
Yeah.
So my roommate and I play NHL,
Mhm.
EA Sports NHL, like all the time. Like we're playing that a lot. And it's dude, it's a mess that that game, that franchise, because it's not popular, right? Like
Yeah.
the masses do not play NHL.
Yeah.
So they don't devote a lot of support to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of funny. They rolled out the demo right before the game launched, and like people were crazy about it. Like, oh, this is so great. The mechanics, the physics, the hitting works, the skating's nice. It feels like a hockey game again.
Yeah.
And then they rolled it out, and it was like NHL 18. So like people have been like vocal on the forums as to like, this is not what you did in the beta. It's so different. It was so awesome. Why would you roll out like a last year's game?
Dang.
So last week they're like, okay, we're applying the beta tuner, which is nice because they're listening to the community.
Yeah.
But right now the game is playing completely different than what it had launched as.
Is it buggy?
No, it's just different. It's the skating mechanics are different. The players react differently. The shooting's a little slipperier. The puck pickup mechanics are a little different. The goalies play different. So it just feels like a different game,
Yeah.
even though it's the same game, but they like have like a completely different set of mechanics that they had in the beta. And they just changed from P2P, peer-to-peer, to a dedicated server,
Nice.
which is nice.
That's super nice.
And they had a glitch too, where people were getting losses from other people just quitting out like right after the face-off.
Yeah.
So people were like exploiting like leaderboard glitches and all that, and like again, just kind of a mess. But like it's the only hockey option, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's so many peer-to-peer exploits that you can do. I just remember like when I did a lot of console gaming, Gears of War was peer-to-peer. So if you knew you were the host, the only gun you would use would be the shotgun,
Yeah.
and you would run around because if you shoot at the same time,
Yeah.
you win.
Yeah.
So it's just two dudes running at each other with the shotgun, but I'm the host, so I'm gonna win. So,
Do you guys remember Halo 2 Standby?
dude,
The
yes,
Standby.
yes.
It was like the first like manipulation of like a network to.
Yeah.
My
to
brother
cheat.
and I were trying to list all the games that like Standby worked for like the early like 2000 consoles,
Oh,
and like Halo
interesting.
2 was like one of them. Yeah, NBA 2K was
Oh,
another game
there's
you
a
could stand
Standby?
by. Yep.
What's that? What?
Dude, it's where you so the Comcast router, there's a standby mode.
Mhm.
There's a button on the top of the router that you would just hit, and if you were host, it would disconnect to everyone else, but you would be the only one like functioning.
Oh.
So like everyone else would see a blue screen, and you would go grab a flag
Yeah.
and return it time and time again, and just win the game. And by the time everyone came back into the game was over, and you had capped all the flags.
Yeah, because even like the Halo server, like you had like a 10-second like window where the game would try to like reconnect you if like because they think it's just lag happening,
Mhm.
so they would try to reconnect you. But if you turn your modem back on within that, then you would connect. But it's saved because you're the host. And it would process all of that.
Oh my gosh.
I got an interesting one for you. Greatest glitch of all time, plasma pistol sword flying glitch.
What? I remember that? I don't.
Do you remember that, Dawson?
No, maybe.
So Halo 2 was such a great glitchy game. Like getting outside of maps and like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But the plasma sword glitch was you charge up the plasma pistol and you're in the charge, and if you locked on red and then switched to your sword and did the lunge,
you just fly
would
across.
fly across the map.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, and it was great. And that's how people were manipulating that flying glitch to get outside of maps.
Dude, God, I miss Halo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was such a good community. It
I
was
miss
like the
that.
peak.
Miss Call of Duty 2.
Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, that was fun. Good times for the video game world. Not that it's bad right now, but I just don't play any of the like games like that right now. I guess I play Overwatch, so that's a big time game.
Yeah.
Why? Why do you hate Overwatch?
I don't know, because I'm not good at it.
Oh, speaking of skins and stuff, in Overwatch, I have almost 1,000 loot boxes, which is like no one. Because I just think it's a waste of time to like sit there and like open things and then apply skins and like weird like cosmetics and sounds and things like that. So I'm like, I'm just not gonna open these. And then so like people just always ask like, oh, what are you at now? What are you at now? So people are like, you should do 1,000 loot box stream.
Yeah, do a video, get hella likes on YouTube.
I
People
guess.
watch
Likes and
that.
subscribe.
It's so weird.
People watch that. I know the NHL Twitch. It's like people will watch like the top players, but like the next most watched thing are just people paying money to open these packs.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, just like it's like
That's weird.
yeah, and it's kind of intriguing because you're always in the game. You're like, I kind of want to buy a pack. Kind of want to buy a pack.
Yeah.
And you're like, but I'm gonna get boned. Like I know I'm gonna get boned.
Yeah.
Just like with bad players. So then you're like, okay, this guy's opening 100 packs. Let's see how many of these packs that he actually capped something nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it's just such a weird idea to me because I don't want to waste my time to open my loot boxes to see what I get. Why would someone else watch me waste my time opening my loot boxes? It's insane, dude. People are weird. I mean, Twitch is like, that's just like a weird thing to me.
It's crazy how big Ninja's gotten.
It's weird.
He was on like a New Year's Eve show, like live streaming.
Yeah.
Fortnite. It's like this guy's a celebrity.
He's not even somebody else has more streams or followers, like 44,000 subscribers.
Is it Dr. Disrespect?
I can't remember his name, but somebody just passed him. He's like 2,000 more.
Oh wow.
Ooh,
The
Ninja's
Ninja.
on the downfall. huh?
I think so. I think the time of Ninja's over.
He better change his
The
hair
time of
color.
Ninja.
Yeah, change it up.
Dang. What were some of the other things you wanted to talk about, Dawson? This dude was on fire on the way here
Yeah,
today.
no, I kind of blew my stack before we got in here, I guess. No, I don't know. I mean, since we're kind of letting things off, I mean, we can go, hot topic is this is coming out probably 2 weeks, but I mean, that stare down yesterday with the douchebags from Kentucky
Oh
and
my god.
the Native American.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
that was so.
That was in Kentucky?
No, those kids are from Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
Covington Christian School for entitled white kids.
Yeah.
That's
the school's name?
I think that's the official school name.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know, just staring down the Native American and just all the little douchebags around them,
Yeah, dude.
and they're having a great time. And
Do you guys think
it's hilarious?
How much
hard
of
to
it is
watch.
youthful ignorance?
We talked about a little bit about that on the way here. What's that other story that you shared with me too? It was because that was in Minnesota.
Yeah. Those kids in Minnetonka, they released like a picture asking some girl to prom, and there's two kids. They're both doing the Hail Hitler sign, and their sign is like, it's written out in just some like stupid pun, like, we'll be a Hitler if we go to the dance together. I cannot see myself going with anybody else. Yes or nine, and like. The Minnetonka's not releasing who it was or but like we talked and we would make stupid references like that, but never to a point where we're trying to be center of attention and we actually mean it. We never meant. Like, I would never do something like that to.
Well, we never did it to other people.
Yeah.
And this is and when we were in high school.
Right.
And we would do it to you and I, like to each other. We never did it to other people. And I always think intent is like a big thing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so I asked that same thing when on the way here, like, okay, they're in high school.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily excuse them from this type of action, but that the kids from Kentucky, they were also in high school.
Yeah, they were on a trip for the March for Lives.
Yeah,
that their school put on. So those kids are like, hey, it's an all boys school, right? So I mean, Sure,
It's
you
already
can have
messed
you can
up.
have opinion on.
I
on
couldn't
that,
get
but-
through the entire footage. It was just too cringy for me.
Yeah.
Once the kid got in his face and the shit-eating grin on his face, you know that look. It's just like you just know that look.
Yeah.
And it's just like
Dawson and I were different in our opinion about that kid because what did you think? Like, I thought when I saw that kid, just looking at his eyes through the video,
that smirk.
there's no way, I don't think there's any conversation you can have with him that would change his mind on his course of action. He just seems so set and confident. There was no fear in his eyes. Nothing was going to take him off of those stairs. Dawson, what did you say?
I mean, I kind of thought it was a false sense of like strength. 'Cause
Yes.
I think there's no chance he would have done that if his 35 classmates weren't behind him.
I agree with that.
There's no chance because I've been in that situation too. When I was in college and I knew I had 10 people around me, I knew I could be tougher.
Yeah.
Right. And this kid's no different. He's got all of his friends behind, and you've got his two dipshit buddies that are just their mouths are wide open. You
Yeah.
can see the pictures they're
And the
highlighting on.
cackling. And,
Yeah, they're just and it's like there's no chance in my mind that he would have done that by himself.
Yeah.
Or if he had 5 friends, he would have backed down. He would have backed off. Because I think in the video when the guy's hitting the drum,
Mhm.
when he's singing a song, you can see the kid flinch a little bit. He's waiting. You
Oh.
know he's waiting to get hit, and then he could just turn that because his buddies are all recording it. He could turn that. We're gonna sue you. We're gonna sue your organization. Like that's the mindset he's going for,
Yeah.
and that's probably because they're all wearing the "Make America Great"
Yeah.
Hadigans, and it's just like
Maybe then. Yeah.
I think that was kind of his intent because you see that too. Like when I was at St. Cloud State, we'd have people that would show up. There'd be a pastor, and he's out and or you're not pastor, but he's a preacher, and he's standing there,
yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, you are with a girl, you're gonna go to hell," and like you just go. He was trying to get you to hit him so that he could sue.
Yep.
He could sue the campus for not having
For the
prop-
victim card.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And I think that's kind of what that kid was doing too. But man, props to I think his name is Nathan Phillips.
Yeah.
The native
Yeah, the
war vet.
American. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
He was a Vietnam vet.
yeah,
Yeah, dude.
yeah. And then those idiot kids are chanting "Build the wall."
Against
Oh my
natives.
Against
Gosh.
Native Americans. That's just how
Yeah.
that's how dumb they are. They don't realize that these Native Americans were here before us. That's hence the native part in the name. And it just got me so fired up yesterday.
They
'Cause
probably
then
don't even know what native means.
No.
They probably think native is a color.
no, they see this guy and he's got brown skin, so they're probably like, oh yeah, brown skin means you're probably from Mexico.
Yeah, right.
like you're here illegally. No. And I go through this rabbit hole of looking at the Twitter comments, and it's
Yeah.
like white kids will be white kids, and that's not true at all because I don't know anybody that I'm associated with.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you know what? Let's let those kids get off the hook. And the people that are doing that, those are the people we got to get rid of, or
Yeah.
not get rid of, but we
Slippery
got
slope.
to teach. They got to learn,
Yeah.
right? Like same thing with those kids in Minnetonka. Yeah, they think it's funny, but let's sit you in a room with somebody from World War II.
Right.
There are not many vets left. There's not many Holocaust survivors left.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and sit in a room. You think your Hitler joke is funny?
Yeah, right.
Go ahead. Let's go have you talk to this guy who actually survived a concentration camp.
That's the thing too. Like, I know comedians that make like quote racist jokes. They're not racist. They're talking about race.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it a racist joke. And so like the direction of like which direction they're punching in all of that, like that matters. And so it's just like it's not that we can't make jokes about race or like even the Holocaust.
It's all your intent.
That's
And
the thing.
And that's like people will get upset about things that comedians say, but it's on stage.
Mm-hmm.
I really doubt that a lot of those people will believe anything they say. Even like the leaked audio of Louis C.K.'s last stand-up.
Yeah, right.
I know what he said in there, and I know people are getting mad about that.
Yeah.
Especially some of the words he decided to use. Like,
Yeah.
it's a joke, and it's not. It's trying to lighten things up a little bit. Because I
Yeah.
think there is a point where we get too social justice, and we get too. But there's a fine line of going on stage and telling a stand-up bit that makes people laugh to kind of forget about some of the bad things.
Yeah.
To a bunch of 40 kids standing around trying to be tough on 3 Native Americans. you know?
Dude, yeah, that's just weird. Yeah. But that's where I think the Minnetonka kids, I can insert sympathy a little bit more for them because they're not making this effort to like go to like a physical place and to mock somebody.
Right.
Yeah, they're making just stupid references and stupid jokes.
Yep.
It's still kind of internal within their circle of friends. I mean, obviously all their stuff leaked
Right.
and like now we know about it. And it's not funny. It doesn't punch in the good, like it punches down and
Yeah.
all of that. So it's weird that way. That one I could probably, let's say if it takes me a month to move on from the Kentucky kids, maybe the Minnetonka stuff, I can get over a little bit quicker.
Yeah, and like the kids from Minnetonka, they said their defense on it was, well, we hate all races equally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Cool.
Yeah, that was one of their responses. Like, well, we hate all races equally. Okay, but you're just deciding to pick on one.
Yeah.
Who's went through some of the worst, one of the worst things that's ever happened in human history.
Yeah, exactly.
You know. So yeah, that was one of the things that just kind of, I was so mad yesterday.
Yeah, dude.
Just going through that, it's like, it's just disgusting,
It's tough.
and it straight up comes from the person that they're wearing on their hats.
Yeah, dude.
Like, we're off the Trump band right now, so he won't say, he's not gonna say anything about this video.
No,
He
of
won't,
course
not at all. He won't say anything about this video and how he doesn't condone it.
A lot of times I see President Trump do things where like he won't touch a hot topic until it cools off a little bit, and then like 6 months later he'll like make reference to it and then use it like to prop him up.
Well, he did that thing with the tiki torch assholes in Virginia. It was
Yeah.
Charleston,
Yes.
and he's just like, yeah, you know, they're not that bad. They're not bad people.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably good people on both sides.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Are they?
It's so easy to like just wash it that
Yeah.
way. It's such an easy maneuver.
Yeah, and I kind of thought about it too. It's like, at what point does it? It's going to be in the next probably 50 years where white people are going to be the minority in the United States.
We're
Right?
coming for y'all.
Right? So just think about it, guys. Let's be like assholes to all the other races, and then when we're outnumbered,
Yeah.
you know, it's just like, be smart about it. Just be a person. Be a human, damn it.
I also think about it like as an atheist, when like atheism is on the rise around the world. Maybe not around the world, but in the Western world, when like secularism hits like 50% of the population, there's not going to be a crusade. We're not going to ride around on ships and like try to kill people because they don't believe in what we believe. I think, like you said, when white people are 50-50, or when it becomes 30-70, and it's weird to clump every other ethnicity into the 70%. That's like a weird thing to do too. There's not going to be like, we're going to get you back right now. You know, that's not going to happen. It's-
Yeah. Hopefully, because it's, you know, it's
For you.
Yeah, but for me, hopefully not. I don't know. I know it's kind of off. No, not necessarily a fun and happy topic, but it's real, and it bothers me because
Yeah, but we're laughing about it too.
yeah,
so
we
it's
are.
just,
But I look at it as like, hopefully Minnesota, we're a little bit more liberal, but
Yeah.
we're really not.
right? Yeah.
We're not when we got
85.
kids down the road that are doing that stuff. And,
85% white is the state
Yeah.
of Minnesota.
Also, some of the disparities,
That's
like economic
staggering.
disparities between race, is top among the country.
Oh, it's so compartmentalized here
Yeah.
too, and it's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you see the stuff comes out because, like, you know, I lived in St. Cloud for 7 years,
Right.
and you just see the people that have lived there forever, and they just get the Somalis out of here,
Right.
so bad. Is it? Why don't you just take down your guard?
Yeah.
You know, put your gun down. And let's just talk to people and realize that, hey, they're here because they want a better life.
You say you see a lot of good people, or like not as much negative stuff in your Facebook feed. My Facebook feed, I must have so many like alt-right friends or something.
If there's a couple that are still hanging there,
yeah.
but I'll just get rid of them. Like,
Like unfriend them.
or remove them altogether. I know there's one in particular that he'll post like Trump's pro Trump stuff daily.
Yeah.
I'm like, brother,
Yeah.
it's not right. I don't care. There's nothing that he's doing that's good for anybody besides himself,
Yeah.
and it's just it's just not great.
Sometimes I don't know, I've been seeing so much like alt-right stuff in my Facebook feed, and like not sponsored content either. Like my friends are posting it.
Yeah.
My acquaintances are posting it. And there were times where I'm like, I just got to get this out of my feed, but also I don't want to create an echo chamber for myself because it bothers me. Like I don't want to just get rid of it and like only see the posts I want to see. I should see opposing stuff.
Sure.
I don't know how helpful alt-right stuff is
I
though.
don't think it's helpful at all.
Right.
No.
I don't think it is at all. And that's, you know, it's I think we're getting a really bad spot right
Yeah.
now where it's boiling over. And there's people that think there's going to be a civil war too, and I don't think that's ever.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll happen because there's too much mix in each state.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just I don't have a good answer for it because I don't think it's great going the other direction either.
You're right.
We can't all be all left. It can't be all right. It's got to be right in the middle.
Right.
We got to get rid of. We got to get rid of these people that their pockets are just stuffed by certain industries, regardless if it's big pharma or prison, whatever you have. You got to get rid of that. And I had this idea too. We were talking about like the whole build the wall thing, right?
Yeah.
It shut down the government for 30 days, where we're at right now. Why can't we just put it back on us? Why can't we open up a vote? Right? Like if you guys can't make a decision for the elected, we put you in seat to go make decisions for us. If you can't do it, why can't we just go ahead and open it back up? Let's do a special vote where you want a wall, go vote for it, yes or no.
Yeah,
just
I mean, they don't want to put that power on us.
They should though, because we put them there, and if they can't make their decision,
actually, now that Dean said that, I kind of don't want that. I mean, I would like it if you and Scott and Dean got to vote, but I actually don't. I more and more as I get older, I don't like democracy.
Sure.
I don't understand why some idiot should have the same saying power as like some genius like professor.
But the second you start doing that, then you start getting into discrimination.
I get that. Yeah,
that's the next step as you start selecting and drawing lines.
Yes,
is so then it starts creating an us and them situation.
Right.
It's sociology 101.
And then who gets to decide who gets the decision making power? You have to sort that out. I know. I get that it's an impossible thing to do. But democracy is also just like, oh God, like it's so slow moving. Even like if we were to like form a basketball team, we would not ask the least basketball educated person to run the team. We would ask the person that knows the most about basketball to run the team. And so like in isolated universes like a basketball game, you can do that. You can't really do that in the real world, and I get that. But man, is it frustrating.
It is, but that's the same thing like when you say dumb people shouldn't have kids. Right? But
they have the most kids.
They have the most kids, and some of those kids will turn out to be geniuses.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, but because then it's like I don't have a PhD.
Yeah.
I don't have a master's. I just have a 4-year degree, right?
Yeah.
Is that smart enough to have a kid?
Yes.
I have to take an IQ test to like.
Well,
procreate.
Yeah.
So that's where it gets, same type of thing. So.
Yeah. Right. And then you can get into like eugenics and like how far do you push that, and just I get it. It's a slippery slope, but like a lot of people say, like democracy is, after you look at all the other systems, it's the best system relative, but it's there's still so much more that you could want.
It is. I think everybody should just strive to be better.
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot more about like good faith effort. Like you have to kind of just put like loose structures into place, and then everyone has to make a good faith effort to uphold it and make things better. But that's where again, like where democracy upsets me. Like if we want to create this sort of like good faith system, there's so many people you can't rely on, and that's frustrating. So I don't know, dude.
It's tough. I
don't know.
It's not easy because it'll be back and forth every time. We get somebody that's a Democratic president in place. They're going to go and try to take all these sanctions away for the last 3 years, 4 years, and then it's just a big cycle back and forth.
So should I not, or should I unfriend some of these alt-right acquaintances? There's this one dude, he posts
how do you know them in the first place? Let's get away from politics really quick before we start unfriending people based on their political postings on a social media page.
Yeah.
How do you know this person?
I'm thinking of one person.
Did you go to high school with them?
Nope.
Do you still talk to them?
Nope.
Like, how do you know them?
They friended me, I think, because of my job.
And they're just filling your feed with just alt-right
It's
stuff?
mostly anti-Muslim material.
Anti-Muslim hate. I would unfriend this person if I was in your shoes.
Smart.
Okay, if it's your friend from high school and it's like you still kind of care about them, you might see them at a 10-year reunion.
Yeah.
They post like, hey, this is why Trump is doing it, and nothing kind of racist or anything. Just keep them.
Cool.
It's like, they're an acquaintance. You're going to run into that person maybe again. And I don't know. I think it's kind of petty too if someone's like, oh, X, Y, and Z unfriended me on Facebook.
Right.
But, well, it's like, why are you getting hurt about that? That's my decision to unfriend you. You can. Are you mad about it? Ask me why I unfriended you. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I social media in general, especially Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm so close to deleting my entire Facebook account.
Really?
Yeah, I just spend too much time on looking at the same things, that I could find on Reddit or Twitter faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Twitter, like any kind of controversial thread, it's just a dumpster fire in the
Yeah.
comments, and I can go get like 2 or 3 down, and I'm just like, wow, that is some wild language you're using from everyone.
Yeah.
But that's why I kind of like Twitter, because I think it is still the kind of the final frontier of like, say whatever you want in an unfiltered way in 162 or whatever characters it is. 204, thank you. So
This guy's even Twitter.
Do you even
that's-
Twitter, bro?
do you even Twitter? That's why I do like Twitter, just because it is the last kind of final frontier of just unfiltered content.
You remember when I thought Twitter was going to be a failed social network?
Mm-hmm.
I thought Twitter was so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it
No.
in concept it's okay, but it just it keeps people like me from rambling on. And I don't
Yeah.
tweet a ton,
Yeah.
because who really cares about what I'm tweeting? But I
Yeah.
like to read other things and
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and just the changeover and the care and value of whatever you tweet is so ephemeral,
yeah.
so quick.
Yep.
That it's just on to the next thing, on to the next feed. Where that's the saving grace too, is like if you tweet something extremely stupid, who cares, because it'll be gone and no one really cares, and it's passing your feed. in
Unless
5-10
unless you're
minutes.
Kevin Hart or some of these other people where you dig things up from like
Oh,
10 years
yeah.
ago.
yeah, and that's always that sucks too.
Yeah.
That
It's like, man,
sucks,
you
yeah.
spent 10 years. 10 years ago, everything could change. And
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
why don't people own up to it? Why
Yeah.
don't they own up to and be like, yes, I thought that back then, and you know what, I've changed, and I think now that that's a terrible thing. And
I think
a
Kevin
terrible
Hart
way.
did exactly
Yeah,
that.
a lot
he
of
did.
the even the pitcher for the Brewers.
Oh yeah, Hater,
Yeah,
Josh
Mhm.
Hader.
Yeah, I mean that's what he said too, and that's fine. I
Yeah.
believe him. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope no one
Yeah.
holds any against me anything I said in high school.
Mhm.
yeah, for
I
sure.
was stupid.
Oh, I was an idiot.
Yeah.
And I talk to people that at work all the time. It's like, yeah, I used to say, oh, that's retarded. And like, oh,
Yeah.
God, don't say, I don't think I say that now.
No.
Then it's like, oh, that's so gay. Like, we said that. That's just what it was. What
Right.
it was. And
It
Yeah.
was the
I never
time.
really thought of hurting anybody with
Right.
it. Well, it was
Right.
never like, man, you are so gay. Like, no, it never been like that. It was just, it was what you said. And, I'm not going to say it now.
Right.
I'm not gonna,
Right.
I don't walk around because I don't realize that's hurtful.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, our vocabulary speakers.
Vocabulary is way bigger, and I have other ways to say what I want to say.
Well, have other ways to make fun of people.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I've heard this conversation applied to like the Brett Kavanaugh, right? Like,
Yeah.
should we hold him accountable for the way he acted in his time, in his way,
Yep.
of a high schooler back then?
Yeah.
It's a little different though when you have evidence of like a dude raping somebody or
Right.
I mean that was still considered wrong.
I know, right,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you can see
Yeah.
those lines of like, okay, where do you draw the line between a bad tweet and sexual assault?
But
Right.
also the way he conducted himself today.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like when someone's like, what is it, Devil's Triangle? Like, what's a Devil's
Right.
Triangle, dude? He's like, oh,
it's a drinking
it's
game.
a drinking game. Like, and you can like see the hesitation in
It's
his
just like
eyes.
you go to Urban Dictionary and the, like 15,000 upvotes as to like this is a sexual thing.
Yeah.
And
So, like you said, just if he would have just owned it and said, like, yeah,
Yeah.
man, that was me in high school, dude. Like, I'm sorry that I was that type of person in high school. But again, like going back to Dean's point, like, I knew in high school rape wasn't acceptable.
yeah.
And so, like, that's a big thing, too. But it's like, yeah, I used poor language when I was in high school. I'd be like me, I think there are some, like you said, some SJWs that would be like, no, you can't even say that in high school.
Mhm.
Me, I think that's a little bit more forgivable.
Yeah.
He didn't own it. He lied even in today, and then like the way he conducted himself,
Oh,
getting mad and like
Yeah.
trying to come back
How
at them.
dare you?
Yeah.
This is the job that I deserve. He
Yeah.
felt entitled.
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
it.
he did. Yeah.
So like that
Uh,
should disqualify him right there, anyways.
Yeah.
But I do admire someone who can take a look at their character and the way they were
Yep.
and admit that they were wrong.
Yep.
And then they've reflected,
Yep.
one, they've apologized, and that they've grown.
Yep.
And that they're somewhere else, and that admiration. And even though the act is terrible, it's just like understanding and reflectiveness. And I don't know. It's just funny that like someone like that can't like acknowledge or they're
Yeah.
just so petty that they can't, or stubborn. I don't know
Yes.
how to really
Yeah.
even describe it, that they
I think
can't even.
problem with that too is like if they're not going to admit that they were wrong, then they're just going to do it again.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
they're just doing it to get past
Right.
that. Just get over that hurdle of like, just get off get out of the limelight, and then
Mhm.
the spotlight. Let me just move on, so I just go back to the way I was.
That's a big quality that Trump doesn't have. He just can't like admit that he did something wrong and then try to for me, I'm all about like personal change. Like if I did something wrong, I might not know it
Mhm.
in that moment
Mhm.
and I might have to like reflect on it.
Yeah.
But once it hits me, like there's sorrow. I want to apologize. But the big thing is, how do I resolve and fix this? And so like even like when we would play video games and stuff in high school, and then there's like a 5-year gap where we didn't really talk to each other or hang out. But when we reconnected, our first like couple of like coffee meetings were just sort of life reflections and talking about, hey, like what's going on in your life? What's going on in your life? This is hard for me right now, but I'm working on it. And it was just us like supporting each other and talking about like, yes, I agree with your state of mind right now and how you're approaching this. And we helped each other like through certain things.
Right.
And like that's just like, again, that introspection and trying to build things.
And it's part of the human condition.
Yeah. Right.
Is not being perfect or anything.
So it's weird that when we come across like the Kavanaughs and the Trumps, and they're just like, they get defensive when people like sort of like, is that the right way to do things, or is that the right way to conduct things? They double down, yes, and they don't want to change.
Yeah. It makes me think of Lance Armstrong really too.
Yes.
All this conversation. Is if he would have just owned up to it, people would probably still think he's one of the greatest athletes of all time. But just the way he handled it all, you know, knowing that he was cheating and people that were accusing of him cheating, he would try to sue them to, you know, clear his name. Yeah, it's just not good.
He's in a good position. He's in a good state of mind now, though, right? Like the most
I think
recent stuff.
Yeah. I mean, he's self-reflective, and
Yeah.
Well, and he admitted up. He owned up to it eventually.
Yeah. Didn't he do it on Oprah? Was that when he like fully like?
I know he went on Oprah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was.
Okay.
It probably was the big kind of. I cheated. Yeah.
I think so
Makes
too.
sense, yeah.
I don't think that was his like, I'm gonna defend myself episode. So yeah, dude, I don't know, man. It's tough, dude. I'm glad we get to talk about, and also like Trump. I didn't vote for him, obviously, but like I think I was. For people that didn't vote for him, I really wanted to give him a chance.
Oh yeah,
I really did.
You and I had a text conversation where it's like, man, he's doing his acceptance speech. Maybe that was just kind of a show in the beginning.
Yeah.
And his acceptance speech is like, this is I could get with behind this if he was just being that over the top dude that we know from reality TV to get there. But it didn't change. Like
I wanted him to kill the game. Because there was a time when people are like, what if we got him like a more traditional Republican or Trump? And there was a piece of me that said like, you know, compared to like a traditional Republican, I'm kind of glad that Trump got through, because what if he is this X factor and he does stuff differently and actually does make things better? Like there was a piece of me that honestly believed that. I mean,
I think there wasn't a lot of people, and I think that's part of why he got elected.
Honestly,
honestly,
yeah.
There were some swing votes that were like, "Yeah, let's just fuck up the system.
Yeah,
let's just fuck it all up.
Yeah, for sure.
It needs it. It needs this."
I mean, that was the
pivot.
trend. That was the trend. Yeah.
That's a good point. And I would like to apologize.
no, I think everyone was just frustrated with the status quo.
Yes. But like, but when you put it that way, I'm just like, at least I had the self-awareness to be like, I do want the system to be shaken up. I don't know if this is the guy to do it.
There should be a better way to do that.
Yeah.
Just with our election system, you really only have 2 candidates.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember also on the other side of things too? It's like, oh, he's gonna have the nuclear football. It's like, when's he gonna push the button?
Yeah.
When's he gonna launch him?
Yeah,
So it could have been much worse.
Yes.
I mean, that was absurd to even consider anyways.
You know, it's like,
yeah.
he's gonna be responsible for launching nukes.
Oh my God.
Do you remember that? That was like
Yeah,
a
I
real
do.
concern.
Yeah,
when he got
I just
elected.
rolled my eyes
Can
every
you
time I heard
imagine?
that. Yeah.
Did you see the Peter Griffin versus Donald Trump?
No.
It was like a recent episode, I think, and Peter Griffin ends up fighting Donald Trump. It's so stupid, but like I was on the treadmill and it was on, and so like I'm there, and I've been trying to do. I don't try to run at like 6 miles per hour for like 20 minutes. I do sort of like anaerobic. So like even on the treadmill, I'll do like 10 miles per hour, 5 miles per hour, 10 miles per hour. It was during my 10 miles per hour phase, and I'm watching like Donald Trump and Peter Griffin fighting each other, and it was funny. I started laughing. I had to slow down, otherwise I was gonna fall off the treadmill.
Oh, I thought you were running faster.
Oh man, is Rick and Morty on?
No, they're still doing season 4, but they signed a deal for like 70 more episodes.
You
So we're gonna-
stoked?
Yeah.
It's such a funny show.
So excited.
Yeah. Dean doesn't like it.
I've just never seen
Yeah,
it.
that's
don't
right.
like it?
I've just never seen. Well,
Why?
the Szechuan sauce sucked. I'll say that. But I've never seen Rick and Morty.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Just the sauce in
Oh.
general, or the whole craze?
Oh, just the sauce.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
Did you-
the sauce.
people must like the sauce if it's that popular, right?
I mean, maybe
Okay.
it's just Rick and Morty.
Okay. All right. Well, I just don't know. 'Cause
Have
I've never
you
seen
guys
it. I've
seen
never seen
Future
that,
Man?
Yeah.
Future Man on Hulu. So
No
it's
Hulu
got a
for
little
me.
bit of Rick and Morty humor to it,
Hmm.
but it's a sci-fi show, and I think Seth Rogen produces it. So like,
Nice.
the humor is pretty dark in it, and it's, I would suggest it. I was dying laughing in a few spots, but 2 seasons out now on Hulu.
What is it called?
Future Man.
Okay.
So
I'll peep it.
Josh Hutcherson is like the main character, and the premise is he's like a time traveler.
Yeah.
But if you just like take that like sci-fi and then like apply like Seth Rogen humor,
Yeah.
there's some really funny shit that they kind of come up with, and
Nice.
Nice,
Yeah.
dude.
yeah.
Speaking of Seth Rogen, he also has a show called Preacher,
Yeah.
which is a comic book on AMC.
Yeah.
They adapted this comic book about this preacher who gets the voice of God
Yeah.
in him, so he can tell people to do whatever he wants. And it's very like, it's a very graphic novel esque.
Oh, nice.
I mean, they take it from the page and they put it on. So check that one out
yeah.
because it's religion. And
What were some of the
Yeah.
other things you were thinking about talking about? Or
Yeah.
did you have another thing you
yeah, I
wanted
was
to
gonna
talk
say let's go back to Scott here. Let him. This is his show.
That's my show.
His episode.
Just board games and cards. That's what I was working. Let's talk about Minnesota sports though.
Oh,
Oh man.
Sad day.
Is that sad?
Oh man.
That's sad.
Disappointing.
Are
Just-
you?
do
Let's
you-
just cap it
come
off.
on.
I want to.
Well, I was gonna say the top 3, but you do hockey too, Dawson?
Sort of. I'm not a massive hockey fan.
Baseball, basketball, football. Are all 3 Minnesota teams there for you? Like, are they your favorite?
Of course.
Nice,
I'm a
dude.
Minnesota boy through and through.
You too, Dawson?
Unfortunately,
Twins, Vikings, Timberwolves.
You know,
I guess. I mean, I have backups too.
Yep.
Like ones
Yes,
that
you
I'll
do.
cheer for, just because I know I'm not gonna, not getting very far with my
even
squads.
though we got some dipshits in Minnetonka, like I'm a Minnesota boy, and even though my patriotism's at an all-time low, my statriotism like will
Nice.
never die. Those colors don't run.
Mm.
You know, we talk about like the racism and like the active racism in the state, but at the same time, it's like we elected a Somalian governor,
Yeah, that's right.
so like that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
I'm all for Elon and like, you know, breaking glass ceilings there. So
Yep.
a little digression from sports, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
run
mean-
Minnesota blood runs through you.
oh, it does.
Yeah. Does that suck?
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
In sports terms, I mean.
It's the most persecuted sports fan on earth. I'll go there.
When's the last time we won something? Twins?
Yeah.
91, unless you count the
91.
links.
Oh.
I think there's a stat that's like the Minneapolis Twin Cities region has the longest drought of any major sports. You know,
Yeah.
basketball, football, the highest profiting sports.
Oh, really?
I mean, yeah, we've been, you know, well blessed with our Minnesota Lynx, but
Yeah. The Lynx are good.
Dynasty. Yeah.
dynasty indeed.
We should take the
Uh,
Lynx more seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
Sure.
think
we should. I mean, it's basketball, right?
Yeah.
It's not like it's a contact sport like football or.
Wow. Basketball's not a contact
I
sport.
mean,
Hey, did you?
Pretty physical
I was
sport.
talking OG Wolves with a
Mhm.
buddy last night.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that KG was dating Beyonce
that's
when
not
he was
true.
with the Wolves?
You
Yeah,
serious? Really?
Yeah, he got to. Yes,
Beyonce.
Beyonce was dating KG before she got to Hove.
When was this?
It must have been early 2000s.
I don't think so, dude. Really?
And this is
You
all
sure it
through the
wasn't like
grapevine.
Brandy?
Oh, maybe.
I remember Kobe was dating her.
Kobe was
Brandy?
dating.
Yeah. Or she took her to. He took her to prom.
Huh.
Is it? Because
Oh, let's talk R. Kelly.
oh,
Eesh. I don't even know what's going on with R. Kelly.
sports? R.
No.
Kelly?
No, a documentary came out about
Yeah.
his like sex rings.
Did you
and
watch it?
Underage? No, I kind of want to because it's.
I mean, it's probably spicy.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it
I
either.
hear
But,
it's pretty damning. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it seems like a lot of the dudes that were sort of in that circle, like they're going to be silent on it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and John Legend, I think.
John
was
Legend's like the
John
only
Legend's
dude.
the guy. Yeah.
He was like, "No, this is fucked up."
yeah.
But that dude's woke though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Uh,
There's our where's our buzzer? Ding.
A
Our
woke.
woke buzzer.
I can't say. I'm not allowed to say that
A
word.
woke.
People don't like that word.
Is it like run its course or something?
I don't know. People like old people don't like that word. Dawson's coworkers don't like that word.
I don't like that word. I think it's stupid.
So people are woke.
Man, I have a
On the word
question for
woke.
you.
Yeah.
In the future, say we're at a party, we've had a few drinks.
Yeah.
R. Kelly, I Believe I Can Fly comes on. Are we gonna sing to it?
Yeah. I don't think we're I'm gonna like Remix to Ignition is just gonna like they keep playing Remix to Ignition as they like introduce like the news about him like being like a sexual predator.
Oh, really?
And
That's
his sales have gone up because that song is
wrong song to use. Yeah.
such a catch.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
It's such
No
a
kidding.
jam.
Yeah.
I gotta get out the room.
Okay. Fair. Fair.
I know he married Aaliyah and they doctored her age.
Yeah, she was like 15.
Yeah.
and
Her lawyer came out and was like, yeah, I wrote in that she was 18.
That's just wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably guilty of all those accusations.
Yeah.
It doesn't even seem like he's like trying that hard to like swat them away.
No, he's still making appearances at clubs and stuff. Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah. Do you guys have any good concerts you're going to see soon or any good live music?
I got nothing coming up.
Yeah, nothing coming up. Nothing.
You know, being so close to a venue like First Ave, I just feel guilty sometimes that I don't use it more.
Yeah.
I don't just go check out someone and you know what I mean? Just go to music. Just go to live music for the sake of live music.
I want to try to get into more jazz artists. I went to like my first like real jazz concert, like an intentionally like go see this specific person type of jazz concert in September, and it was nice, dude. Like the show started at 8:00. No opener. The person that I went to see came up, played for an hour and a half. I had a seat. I ordered some drinks, listened to great music for an hour and a half, went home, took a shower, went to bed. It was solid.
Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
I want more shows like that.
Wow.
And like it's just like that type of music. It's just like I'm getting more into it. It's just like you can sort of like when you go to like a rock concert, you don't hear everything live because there's so much happening and everything is on 11. So it's just like it's hard to hear. But like a jazz concert is pretty cool live.
I agree. And it's
Why are you laughing, bro?
Because I don't think I'll ever go to a jazz concert.
Really? I've been to one too. Yeah, they're really nice.
It's good.
Mhm, yeah, it's just quality musicianship.
Okay.
I was reading about it on the Strip.
Okay, if you say so.
Well, what'd you hear in the Strip?
One of the best violinists is coming to Minneapolis.
Yo-Yo Ma?
No,
Cellist, bro.
Oh.
she's like
His cousin,
a prodigy,
Little Nepotis.
and it's a shame that I don't know her name. Like, it's like, oh, she's the best violinist. Why can't you remember her name?
Is she American? You know
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Oh,
She like
nice.
studied under like Winston Marsalis wrote a song for her, and like, yeah,
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
but
Are you thinking about going?
I'd check it out.
Really?
Dude, I was in band like in high school.
What'd you play?
Bass clarinet.
Wow.
Yeah, so like I can appreciate like orchestra and full band, and
Yeah, for sure.
again, I've been just so removed from that for so long. It would be nice to go see jazz. And
How many bass clarinets did you have in your
2.
class? You were one of them? Was the
Yeah.
other one a dude?
yeah,
So dudes play bass clarinet?
for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, it's see the clarinet. We're like kind of a girly instrument.
Yep.
The clarinet,
Mm-hmm.
but if you play bass clarinet,
You can play
that's
the
the
clarinet.
masculine
Mhm.
version. So it's like,
bigger.
I had to establish my manlyhood in high school.
But also,
through band, right?
as girly as the clarinet is relative to other band instruments, clarinet's a little more ambiguous, is it
It's
not?
a little more masculine than like flute.
Yeah, I
Yep.
was gonna say the flute's probably the girliest,
It was
right?
jazz
Yeah.
flute.
Yeah, objectively.
Jazz flute.
Objectively, yeah.
What is that? What is that from?
Ron Burgundy. Jazz flute.
I would say probably the most masculine instrument in a band, either like trumpet or trombone.
Yeah, thank you.
Trumpet or trombone?
Yeah.
Not the baritone.
I mean
Or
the
the
tuba.
I mean baritone.
I think it's the trombone too.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
I think
no,
so.
okay. So
Outside
the
of like
baritone,
percussion, yeah.
the baritone, it's like there are guys that are playing the baritone, and it's gonna be the guys, but it's like kind of like the guy's instrument is gonna be like the trumpet. It has that most like
the trombone, yeah,
the trombone.
yeah.
You don't think it's? I guess
I think it's the trombone.
The
for sure.
baritone is like the lineman.
The trombone is like physical too, you know.
The
You gotta
trombone-
slide that arm.
the trombone's a pretty crazy instrument.
Yeah.
There's not, to get your notes, you're on a position.
Oh yeah,
You're
yeah.
a position and the embouchure of your actual lips. It's
The trombone is like a big wide receiver. It's not. You're not the lineman.
No, the A trombone is like a tight end who can catch.
No.
Ooh, yeah.
No.
It's like a Travis
athletic.
Kelsey.
No.
Yeah,
It's like a Tony Gonzalez.
No, dude.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So the baritone's the lineman.
Yeah, man. The baritone, the tuba.
Yeah, but the baritone's not sexy though.
Actually, now I'm thinking about the other instruments that were in my band class. I can give you the trombone being the tight end.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good
Yeah.
alignment.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
sorry.
I played the trombone in high school.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's why you're
I'm
pimping
like
it
so
hard.
in favor of it right now. Yeah.
That's why you're pimping it
Yeah.
hard.
Do you think the saxophone could be like a tight
The
end
saxophone?
The saxophone is like
or like a slot?
saxophone is almost like the running back who has hands. You know what I mean?
No.
It's like it's a cool instrument.
The saxophone's arguably the sexiest girl
Yeah,
in the room.
it's a cool instrument.
It's the running back with hands.
They're too
That's
loud
how
though.
I feel.
Saxophones?
Yeah, they're way too loud.
You were close. You were sitting close
They're
to the
woodwinds,
trumpets.
but they don't shut the fuck up. Like those saxophones are so loud all the time. They can't play like pianissimo. You know, it's
Well, if you got
you know
skills,
what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah.
you got skills. You can.
I mean, it depends on what you're playing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah, if you're trying to play more just like John Philip Sousa shit or something, then no. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
The saxophone should be. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got to have a little more position.
Yeah.
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 What's the trumpet then?
I mean, your trumpet's gonna be like your. They think they're the first wide receiver, but it's.
I think so.
like-
It's
Yeah.
just so loud.
Yeah.
It's the Antonio Browns of the band.
Yeah.
They're loud, yeah, but they're not
So
as loud. I mean, they can play soft. They can play soft. Where the saxophones, again, I'm shitting on the sax. Yeah, the saxophones they don't like play soft.
No
they
way,
can't
dude.
do soft.
That was my favorite playing soft.
As a sax, you played sax?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, maybe I'm a fool.
That was my favorite because I felt like you needed extra. But I'll give you that. Not everyone can play soft. It's
Really?
harder. It's way more difficult because your embouchure has to do a lot more stuff.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so it was definitely way harder. So
yeah.
I get where you're coming from,
All
but
right,
that was
what-
like my favorite thing.
Let's wrap it up. What episode are you inviting me back for?
You
Let's
name it.
lock it in. We're on a.
We
okay.
did what 13
We
to
did, we did 4 to 16. This is 16.
yeah.
Yeah.
Having back is like just going with the decent pace, like 25, 26.
25, 26.
Yeah.
Let's set it at 25, and then it's
Okay,
like if
don't you
if
forget.
we miss a recording session, you'll be 27.
Don't pushing me back.
But that's what I'm saying. Let's set the
Let's lock it in.
25.
Don't make me text you and force my way back in.
25, and then if we miss that one, you won't be any later than 27.
All right,
Or like
that's a
47.
deal.
47.
I don't know. I'm just-
Yeah.
Cool. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Alright.
excited. I'm excited to hear the episode. I thought when I recorded the first one, I'm like, I'm never gonna listen to this.
But you listen to it.
I listened to it like 5 times.
Yeah, dude.
Because no, it was just fun, like reliving it, right? It's
Yeah.
like it's like, oh, you miss what you said or didn't say, and then I was also interested in like, I say like reinforcing my thoughts with
Yeah.
I kept saying
Yeah.
well,
I do a lot of likes and stuff like
just
that. too,
stuff
so
you're not conscious about.
a lot of
you know?
wokes.
Too many
And see, I
wokes.
just said it again.
Too woke.
Yeah.
Too woke.
But also, like, you're a well-rounded dude. There's some people that come on and I'm like, I can never bring that topic up because they'll be quiet the whole time. I feel like I can bring anything up with you, and even if you don't super deep dive on it, you'll be able to comment.
Right. You're comfortable in your skin around me.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude! I recently watched Under the Skin.
Oh.
Is that with Antonio Banderas?
That's with no, but I know what movie you're talking about.
Mhm.
This is Scarlett Johansson, and she's in. I'm not gonna spoiler alert, but it's with Scarlett Johansson. Weird movie.
Okay.
God, no one's seen it.
What would you categorize it as?
Sci-fi,
Okay.
psychological thriller.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Cool. All right, you ready to plug us out, dude?
Yeah, let's get it out.
Here we go. Where is it?
Yeah, that was really loud in
Yeah.
one episode. I'm like, dude, I can't even hear it. Anyways, make sure you connect with Quality Under Pressure on Facebook, Instagram, at Quality Under Pressure. You can hit us up on Twitter at QUP Podcast. And you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, and wherever else you get your podcast. Send us your emails, questions. This is really long. To qualityunderpressure@gmail.com. Bye.